In this video, we'll explore generative sequencing with Mimetic Digitwolis and show how randomization and destructive editing can create evolving patterns over time. Shred is the fastest way to change a sequence. It randomizes steps within a lane's note or voltage range while respecting the scales you set. You can trigger shred from the front panel by pressing shred, or you can map shred to a trigger input, and here's how. Let's start with a synth voice like Incus. Press the Lane Select button and make sure Lane 1's type is set to trig and Lane 2's to note. Patch output 1 to Incus's trig input and output 2 to Incus's pitch input. Then patch your clock signal to trig 1 and make sure trig 1 is selected to advance each lane. To show off how shred randomizes slowly, let's change lane 2's sequence length to an odd number like 7. Then patch a slower clock to lane 2's shred. Here we'll use a signal dividing the clock by 8, then patch it to the trig 2 input on Mimetic. In lane 2's sequence menu, scroll down to shred and select trig 2. This will shred the note every time it receives that 1/8 clock signal. Go back to lane 2's focus screen and hold down 0, which puts the notes at a minimum. Now listen as every 8th step is randomized, slowly evolving the sequence. If you want your sequence to shred within a certain scale or note selection, go to the lane's output section, adjust the octave range between C0 and C5, then click on Scale and select the notes you'd like to hear. Also in this output section, you can add slewing between notes. Now let's look at the antithesis of shred, which is 0. The 0 mapping resets the current step to its minimum or root note when it's triggered. Let's patch a slower quarter of a speed clock into the trig 3 input and assign the lanes 0 to trig 3. Now a root note always reappears, grounding the sequence no matter how much shred is active. Shift moves the entire sequence when triggered. You can shift the pattern manually by pressing the select button and turning the encoder, or you can have more options by mapping it through the menus. To do that, open a lane's menu, select sequence, then scroll to shift. Select which input moves the shift sequence, let's say trigger 3 again, which is every 4th step, and the amount sets how many steps it will shift. Random jumps playback to a random step. Unlike shred or 0, random does not overwrite anything. That makes it great for spicing up sequences you like without destroying them. To map random, open a lane's menu, select step, then scroll to random. Select which input triggers the random jump. Here we'll use the trig 2 input again, which triggers every 8 steps. Together, shred, 0, shift, and random turn Mimetic Digitwolis into a generative powerhouse.